So for our first pose, we're going to start with 2 bolsters, and you'll line them up lengthwise, and you just come and lay on top of them and line your shoulders up with the top of the bolster, so your shoulders are spilling over the top of the bolster and your head is on the mat. And you can allow your feet to roll out naturally and your hands to roll out naturally. So this pose is a supported Shavasana. So normally you'll be laying flat on the mat. And what it does is help to open up your chest in a very passive way. Expand your shoulders. But it can be very relaxing. So while you're here, just bring your awareness to your breath. And if you don't have bolsters, you can also use pillows here, firm pillows. And start to slow your breath down. Notice how your belly expands as you breathe in and falls as you breathe out. Allow yourself to slowly release with each exhale. Release the muscles in your forehead, your eyes, your shoulders. Allow yourself to be fully supported in this moment. This will be a very slow, calming practice. So if your mind starts to wander, know that that's completely fine. That's what our minds do. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. So when you're ready to come off, you can just roll off the side of the bolsters. And we'll set up for our next restorative pose. And so for this one, you're going to need 2 blocks. And you can also use books if you don't have blocks. So you'll set up one lying flat and the other standing up. You can play around with the height. And then you're going to stack the bolster on top of the block so the bolster is on a diagonal. And just try to press on it and make sure it's stable because you're going to be lying your back on it. And then if you have 2 bolsters and 2 blankets, you're going to have a bolster with a folded blanket on top of it on either side of the mat. And if you have a strap or a robe strap, you're going to bring the strap around your waist and then wrap it around your feet. So bring it around your waist and then come and sit with your tailbone at the bottom of the bolster. And you may need to adjust your strap once you wrap it around your feet. Once you have your strap positioned, make sure you have the bolsters on either side of you with folded blankets on top so your arms can rest on the blankets and your knees can rest on the bolsters. And this is a very calming position. It can be a very calming position. This is a position where normally you would not have the bolsters outside of your legs. So it may be more of an intense inner thigh stretch, but here we're not focusing on the stretch. Here we're focusing on restoring the body. So again here, just bring your awareness to the breath. You can keep your eyes open or closed. If you have an eye pillow, you can use the eye pillow. And just notice the thoughts that come to your mind. Notice the support under your arms, the support behind your head, the support of the ground beneath you. Just allow yourself to enjoy not doing anything for a moment. When you're ready, you can slowly come out of the pose and pressing yourself up and removing the strap and removing these bolsters out the way. Set up for child's pose. So for this supported child's pose, you want to take 2 blocks with a space in between them and stack a bolster or a firm pillow on top. And so you want to place the bolster in between your knees and lean forward onto the bolster and hug your arms around it. So your arms will go in the space between the blocks. You can also place a blanket on top of the bolster to lift it up higher if it's too deep of a stretch for you. I have a really big bolster, so I don't need a pillow on top. A blanket on top. You can turn your head to either side, keep it on one side for some time, and then switch to the other side. Ready. You can come back up. So now we'll move these props to the side and set up for our twist. And for the twist, you'll need a bolster, a block, and a folded blanket. And so you want to fold the blanket lengthwise and then fold it over 3 times. And so you'll place the blanket in between your thighs and you'll come over you lift your ribs up and over the bolster. And bring your forehead onto the block. And so you're lying on your side, and the blanket helps to protect your knee from the floor in this supported twist. So this allows you to passively, gently melt into the twist without forcing anything, and supports your leg so that the twist can reside in your spine. So note that your knees aren't stacked on top of each other. You have your top knee with the blanket underneath it, and then your bottom knee under that. Just breathe into the back of your body here. Bring your breath all the way up to your upper back, and then let it back out. When you're ready, you can come up and we'll switch to the other side. So you lie with your bottom knee on the floor, and then you place down the cover, folded blanket, and rotate your top knee on top of that. Lift your ribs up and over the bolster, and you can also place your head directly on the mat if you don't have a block, or if the block is too high up for you. Maybe you have more mobility in your spine to twist deeper. Just play around and see what feels more comfortable for you. Allow yourself to melt into the bolster. Consider letting go even 10% more. You're doing something good for you. When you're ready, press yourself up and come out. You want to bring your mat to a wall and bring the bolster to the wall. And come seated on the side of the bolster, and then tiptoe around, bringing your legs up the wall. Push your bottom towards the wall, so your back is spilling over the bolster. Legs up the wall. And place your hands wherever feels good for you. You can do cactus or football arms, or lie them down by your sides or on your center. This is a helpful pose to energize you. It can also be a soothing pose. It helps with circulation, bringing the blood back to the heart. This is something you can do anytime. If you don't have a bolster, you can also do this with a couple of folded blankets or a firm pillow. And you can stay here as long as you need. Or if you are ready, you can roll over onto your side and push yourself up to come into a seated position. Bring your hands to heart. May we be at peace. May our hearts stay open to the internal love that's always available to us. May we forgive ourselves and others for our humanity. May we be healed, and may we be a source of healing in this world. Namaste.